Hey, what up, guys? Got a quick review for a movie I watched a few days ago, and that's Record of Sweet Murder, put out by Unearthed Films. And my podcast, Tell My Podcast of Flesh, did a Unearthed Films special last night, and we kind of deep dived into this movie and a little bit in the movie Dis. But we decided we're going to dedicate something for Dis. But this movie, I want to put a quick review on my channel here. For people that don't listen to the podcast, just want a quick review of the movies. I would definitely say this is like an essential Unearthed film pickup. This is directed by the guy who, what the hell is his name? Anyway, it's a Korean-Japanese film, and it's directed by the guy who did Grotesque, which was a popular Japanese film that was more real controversial, and he did like some kind of like curse movie or whatever. But anyways, this is his newest movie. It came out in 2014 actually originally, but this is released just like a month ago. But essentially the main story here is this guy on the cover here. He's like a murderer, and he escapes from there. He like was released from this mental hospital, and his younger sister died, and he's been grieving it over it, and he said God's talking to him and tells him he needs to kill this certain amount of people in order to bring his sister back from the dead and get to be with her again. And that he basically calls this woman who was a childhood friend of his and tells her to bring a cameraman to film basically it all go down, to watch this miracle happen and all that. And then it kind of takes place almost like a hostage type situation, and there's another couple that kind of enters the picture, and there's some real brutal scenes in it, and really like the quality is pretty high end. But and I don't want to give anything away at the end, but there is a cool twist ending that really like the most satisfying ending I've ever seen on an Unearthed film. Like I love the ending of Bouquet of Guts and Gore with like the baby crying, but that was more of like a sinister ending, where this just has like a really satisfying ending. This is the most cinematic, I'd say, movie I've seen from Unearthed Films. I mean, besides the classics line, obviously, The Unnameable and Dark Side of the Moon are more cinematic because those were original, like movies back in the day before Unearthed Films was a thing. But this one is really like for an extreme hardcore film. It's really cinematic. It's like a full fleshed out story. But the acting was top notch. I really like the acting of this dude. And even though he was a killer, he was really sympathetic, because there's a turn that happens midway through where you feel sympathetic for him. And the acting for the woman was really top notch. And I give this movie a lot of props. It was really enjoyable. Quality was good. The kills, or the violence, I guess I would say, was really good. It was just a really fun watch. And I think if you were gonna make like a Unearthed Film starter pack, and you were just buying the essentials, obviously you're going to pick up the American Guinea Pigs. Aftermath Genesis I would consider an essential. And I consider like House of Forbidden Secrets and Dis, and I haven't seen Purgatory Road yet, but the other ones I would consider those maybe like second tier. Like they're not necessarily essential viewing. Like if you're going to start off, those are more like you would get them as you're kind of getting more into Unearthed Films. You would pick those up to kind of buff out your collection. But this one right here, I feel like would be a must-have buy. And out of all the whole new batch of movies they're coming out with, like I know recently they released Dis, Purgatory Road, and this. These are the most recent standard releases. This is definitely the better of them. Now I love Brutal too, which was released by them a few months ago, and it was another Japanese film. I don't know which one I like better. Like I really dug the story to this, but there was something about Brutal that really stuck out to me too. They're kind of neck and neck. I can't really decide exactly which one I like better. But this one I will say has better cinematography. Like especially towards the end, the cinematography is really amazing. The Blu-ray looks good. The sets in this are really amazing. It's just there was nothing that really was too unbelievable, and that's really saying something. Especially towards the end, you'll see what happens. I'll say it's kind of H.P. Lovecraft-like. That's all I'm going to say. And even though that's kind of like a ridiculous kind of concept, it's still done in a really believable way. And this still has the nastiness and the gore to consider this an extreme film. And I think this director did a really good job, and I'm anxious to see what else he does. And I'm definitely going to track down that Grotesque Blu-ray after seeing this. But yeah, that was my quick review for A Record of Sweet Murder. Anyways, guys, peace.